everybody. Hope you're having a great day out there. Today, guys, we're going out for our first recorded flight voyage here. And Trevor got off work early. He's joining us. He's inside a gas station right now, grabbing some Red Bulls and some stuff. But we're going to go back up to where I was yesterday for my first test flight with this thing. And it's a beautiful day out again today. It's pretty warm. It's around 90 degrees. But we're going to go up there, have some fun. Trevor's going to try and capture some footage of stuff because obviously I'm trying to concentrate on flying and not crashing. But I'm going to show you a little bit more about the controller on this plane and just a few quick little details when we get up there. But guys, we're going to go some more flight time, so stay tuned, everybody. He has arrived. He's being kind of creepy. You got the goods?
You failed.
You got the goods?
Yeah.
Which way is the wind going today, Trevor? It's going that way? All right. All right, guys. Well, we have came back up to the airfield here. This is where best place we found to fly. As you guys know, that's a little skate park that we occasionally go bashing to, and we set up the big ramp up here. But turned into a perfect place to fly because it's got a huge open field, nice area to concrete here to take off. Beautiful blue skies today with little clouds. But yeah, we're gonna bust the plane out again here and have its first, like I said, recorded main flight. Now with this STS Apprentice, the controller, you got 3 different modes on here for any guys that don't know. You have the beginner, the intermediate, and then whatever you consider expert or professional. Now, I'm obviously running this thing in a beginner because, well, I'm a beginner. But today, now after yesterday's flight of running this thing, I feel a tiny bit more comfortable. I'm not going to get too brave, but we're thinking about trying like momentarily because while you're in air, you can throw this thing to the other modes and maybe try, you know, a loop or a barrel roll or something like that. We'll see how it goes. But we get the battery, got the wings fixed up on here. We're ready to roll, guys. So let's see what happens. Man, that wind is a little stronger today. Hopefully it doesn't cause any problems. I don't know how well this thing flies in heavier winds. But I guess we'll find out. Get her turned on here. It's going to go through its test mode. Kind of goes through a little self-test. Runs the front wheel for steering. Gets itself all set up and orientated, but get this thing in the air. All right, guys, well, we got her all set up and ready to roll here. And I got my timer set. Usually get about 9 minutes, 10 minutes, depending on how hard you're running it. But let's get her in the air. There she goes. Now, I know it's going to be probably hard for you guys to be able to see this thing all the time in the air. Realize that's the one hard part about planes, is being able to record it because they get a little far away without having a zoomable camera. Definitely makes it a little more difficult, but we're gonna try our best here. Got her up here probably about, I don't know, 150 feet, maybe 200. Kind of hard to judge, honestly, but bringing her around for a little loop, not a loop, but bring her back around here. One of the things I got to practice if I'm going to join up with the flying club is you got to be able to do some nice, even, consistent circles and do, you know, figure eights in the air. You know, consistent, clean figure eights. So that's what I'm going to be practicing here as we go. And I'm going to bring her down a little lower to the ground here and see what we got. The wind is definitely kicking a lot harder than it was yesterday because fighting into the wind the direction I'm going now is, it slows down considerably, but I'm also trying to bring it down to the ground a little bit. So see what we got here. You guys can see, like, I'm running about half, well, not even half throttle. I guess I'm running about a 1/3 throttle right now. And I mean, it is just, it's almost sitting in the air right now. Trying to move a little bit closer, but it's just hitting into that wind. I'm trying to bring it around a little bit here. Bring it towards us a tiny bit. Might be able to see it a little bit better at least. But she flies nice and very nice to control. I'm just trying to keep it a little bit lower here right now. Try to do a little bit of recording. Some people were wanting to see some first flights with this thing and seeing how it's going. Like I said, guys, this is the second time flying this thing, and it's beautiful to fly. It's great beginner plane. Definitely having a lot better luck with this one than I did my previous time I tried flying. It was some other type, jet type plane. It had props, but I had a horrible experience with it. I lost control of it really quickly, crashed it constantly. Any of you guys that may have seen that video know what I'm talking about. Now, you're not supposed to really fly overhead your head and lose it in the sun, but I'm learning. But yeah, guys, anybody you guys are out there wanting to maybe get into flying or wanting to, you know, just practice it, this is definitely a great plane to practice with. I mean, I'm going with what I know so far, but from everybody I talked to at the flying club, and you know, about getting a good beginner plane that you can advance with the different modes that this thing has, definitely seems like this is a it's a fun plane, very forgiving. We are going to try a loop. What do you think, Trevor? Think we should try a loop here? Mm-hmm. All right, we're gonna get the speed back up again. I just pinned it up at full throttle, bringing it around, getting a little bit of elevation. We're gonna go to expert mode. Here we go. We got our first barrel, we got our first loop. And it's as easy. Wow, we got some height on this thing now, though. I gotta bring it back down. She's getting way up there. All right, she's well above 300 feet. We're gonna bring this thing back down. I don't want to get too crazy right now. Did you get that, Trevor? Mm-hmm. Trying to get some cool recordings. It's kind of high, I know, guys, but wow, this is the highest I have had this thing up there so far. I'm gonna work on bringing this back down because you guys probably can't even see it. All right, guys, well, I got her back down to probably 75 feet here, somewhere right around in there. But we got our first loop. Feeling pretty confident now. Maybe we should try another one. I'm not sure. The thing I'm trying to figure out is exactly how much height I need. Now, I know whenever you're normally cutting into a loop, you want to chop the throttle when you're about the halfway point, somewhere in there, in order to be able to comfortably do it. So let's try this again. Drop the throttle, and there we go. Then go back to beginner mode, and then it levels itself right back out again. Guys, this thing is just very fun plane. I hope this isn't too boring for some of you guys. I know most everybody's at this channel, obviously for the car bashing and jumping and stuff like that, but like I told you guys, I wanted to really learn how to fly because it's been the one thing, you know, I have not learned how to do and use in the RC, you know, world here. I've done drones and helicopters and obviously cars, but I wanted to be able to get an airplane and take flight with it and feel pretty comfortable. So this was the beginning of my journey of doing that. So kind of messing around. I'm gonna go ahead and bring this thing in for a landing here, and I'll keep you guys on so you guys can see a landing and see how this goes. I'm dropping the throttle down to about 1/3 of the power. I'm gonna go ahead. Now the wind is going to be very strong, so I just chopped the throttle, kind of letting it, using the wind is my advantage. And as you guys can see, even with the throttle completely chopped, it is still just coasting in. Beautiful. Landed right in there. There's a good landing, guys. We got our first barrel, we got our first loop. And it's as easy. Wow, we got some height on this thing now, but I gotta bring it back down. She's getting way up there. All right, she's well above 300 feet. We're gonna bring this thing back down. I don't want to get too crazy right now. More steering. So if you need to steer it harder, you can do that, which is kind of cool. Get the speed going. Expert. Go. Woo, there she goes. There we go. That was a good one. All right, guys, we got the second battery in here now. Been running for about 9 minutes per battery, and we're gonna go take this one up and try some more loops and see what we can get into. So let's get her off the ground. Takes off in such a short amount of time. It's amazing. We're gonna bring her around a little lower here for a little. Don't want to go into the cornfield. We don't want to send the plane into there like we did the Limitless. I'm surprised Trevor hasn't made any cornfield jokes yet, because after the poor Limitless went into that thing and mowed down a row, wasn't the best time. But we're going to take this thing up here. I'm going to get a little more speed going. And we're going to see if we can do some more loops here. Not feeling confident enough yet to try a barrel roll, but let's see here. Get some speed going. Expert. Here we go. Woo! There she goes. Man, that wind is just kicking. When I went to try to do that, that wind was just really pushing. Holy cow, it has gained a lot of height too again. The loops I've noticed really, especially pushing into the wind. Hope you guys can see that up there. We're gonna have to figure out something else for cameras to be able to try to record plane videos, I'm realizing, because the GoPro is great for cars, but being able to zoom in, you guys, I don't even know if you can see this right now, and I apologize if you can't, because this might be a really boring ass video. I apologize, but wanted to put together at least one video of flying out here and trying out some first tricks and playing around a little bit. Whichever wanted to see the plane, and I gotta leave tomorrow for Louisiana for work, and I wanted to come out for one more flight before I left. But let's go ahead, get her back down a little lower, and we're gonna bring her in for another barrel roll. I'm not sure how. Let's try another one here. There we go. That was a good one. See, I was just starting to get in trouble there for a second because I was actually about to do a barrel roll. So I flicked it back into the beginner mode and it straightens the car right back out, which is just great. Bringing it right at me here. We're gonna cut down a little lower. She's coasting, man. The wind right now, the wind's blowing a lot harder than it was yesterday. So it definitely takes a little more effort coming, you know, from my right to left. Let's go ahead and bring her down again. Throw an expert. Throw it right back in. That is awesome. And this is great because it really allows you to practice. Well, she's up there again, but it really allows you to practice to be able to go between the two modes or the three modes on this thing. It's just great because you can practice, do a few little daring things like that, like some loops, and then throw it back into the mode so you don't get yourself in too much trouble. See what happens. We're gonna try to continue one big loop. Now I'm going to throw this into intermediate mode here for a moment and see what the controls feel like, because this, with intermediate mode, it'll allow you to lawn dart it, and it'll also allow you to cut and do a lot sharper turns, as you guys can see. So I can get down to the ground a lot quicker, which is great because if you're up high, you can throw it in intermediate for a moment and bring her down to the ground a lot faster. We're gonna try to do a little lower flyby here. Get her down to the ground. There we go. Planes are definitely, it's a lot different obviously than our normal bashing and cars and stuff like that, but it is really fun getting to learn another side of this hobby, you know, with the RC stuff and being able to learn to fly. It's just been really fun. I mean, it's a whole different experience. It's a lot more kind of chill and laid back, which is great because if you just want to come out here and tinker, it's kind of like crawling, you know. Crawling isn't for everybody. Everybody doesn't get into it. I did it for a little while. I don't have any crawlers currently, but you know, it's fun, and kind of flying is the same way. But I think we're gonna try one more loop here. I'm gonna get this thing back up to a little bit of height, get the airspeed back up again. Got her up to about 3/4 throttle right now. Bring her back around. I'm gonna try to, all right, through an expert mode, let's bring her down. There we go. Oh, we got some nice loops going on. Oh, we just did the first barrel roll. I don't know if you guys seen that, but got my first barrel roll. It was a quick, short one, but that was awesome. All right, we're gonna bring it back down again here. We're gonna do another landing and probably take her off again. So kind of show you guys, you know, the ease of landing this thing. I'll bring you guys back when I'm ready to land. All right, guys, well, I think Trevor got it, but I threw this thing into expert mode. I got daring for a second and did a bunch of loops, some barrel rolls, and all kinds of stuff. It was just, it was awesome. And running it in expert mode wasn't bad, but I learned whenever you're trying to do barrel rolls and stuff like that, you can get yourself in trouble pretty quickly with getting it disoriented and making a little bit of trouble. But we're gonna bring this thing in for a landing again here, if the wind will let me. As you guys, it's just beautiful. You mowed my lawn for me. I'm definitely getting these landings done great. All right, well, we got a couple more minutes left on the battery, so we're gonna take a step one more time. I'm gonna throw this thing in the expert mode, and we're gonna do some more barrel rolls and loops, and Trevor's gonna try to get some good footage of it. So we're gonna take this thing up, guys, and see what we get. All right, I'll bring you guys back when she's ready to do something. There we go. Oh, we got some nice loops going on. Oh, we just did the first barrel roll. I don't know if you guys seen that, but it is still just coasting in. Beautiful. Loop into a barrel roll. All right, I'm running this thing straight in expert mode right now. Get another loop. Oh, it's gonna be a slow one. Oh, better throw it back. All right, guys, we're gonna throw this thing in here and see what we get. Gonna pull a loop here right in front of the clouds, which you probably can't see. Bring it back around. Here we go. We're gonna bring it down close to the ground. Try to, there we go. Nice loop. Then we're gonna do a barrel roll. Oh, that is just awesome. So much fun. Oh, wow. All right, well, I haven't wanted to kill a battery totally, and I wanted to just kind of mess around here for a second. So we're gonna do one more loop. Bring her down, bank it, chop the throttle a little bit, bring her down. We're gonna try another barrel roll real quick. Ooh, that wind was kicking kind of hard. That was a bad direction to try that, but all right, guys, we're gonna bring it down for landing again, and I'll bring you guys back and finish this video out. All right, well, trying to bring it down for landing. The wind's kicking pretty good. See if I can cut it a little bit here. Man, the throttle is completely chopped right there, guys, and it is just, that's how much the wind is kicking right now. Oop, nah, a little more of a quick landing, but it works.